Sorry if I'm shiny.
I'm Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
You look amazing.
You do too.
Oh, fuck, you didn't see me before.
See?
This is Jeremy Mather.
Hello.
This is Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know these rascals? Sliding past? Are you filming this?
Yeah.
These fucking bastards sliding past Kennedy. Like, can I get through? What the fuck? Oh, let's get on. Oh, this is my good side. My good side.
You don't have to.
You're like
you don't have a bad side.
Yes, I love this chick. So I'm sitting here talking some talk, and there's Kennedy standing over here, and looking gorgeous. Looking gorgeous.
kind of like a model.
Kind of like a model.
If I would be in their fall show.
Oh my God, and really? That's awesome. Oh my God.
No.
Don't make me look bad in front of Kennedy.
No.
So I just wanted to say, I saw you on your book cover. Need I say more? You should be a model.
That's from 1994.
All right, well that sucks. No, I'm just kidding. So tell me, what are you doing now? And but P.S., can I just interrupt? You're the girl, quite frankly, that started this whole, you're gonna hate this, I'm saying this, and we'll edit this, but the whole long hair glasses thing. That started with Kennedy. It's hot and heavy right now, but these 20-year-old girls go, it's vintage.
I know.
I'm like, if you fucking say vintage one more time, I'm gonna smack you. Let's talk about
But at
Kennedy.
least vintage is better than thrift.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is. That's kind of upsetting. So I wanted to ask you a question, and then we'll really get into some good things here. But someone said, I said, if I could ask Kennedy anything tonight, what would it be? And they said, well, I loved her book. And the really ironic thing is, where she's performing tonight was also a club called Life. Is that right? You were at a club called Life, and you cupped Trent Reznor's balls.
Yes, that is true.
And that place was in this building.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That makes sense because we were in the West Village Halloween parade.
Okay.
So it makes sense
Yeah.
because I couldn't remember exactly which club it was. I knew it was like a cavern club, but I wasn't sure
Yeah.
which one.
It was this one.
Yes, that totally makes sense.
And it's very dark, and if you check out the bathrooms, it's like red light. It looks like a big prostitution coke range in there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So tell me what you've been doing, let's just say the last year.
Okay, the last year, I've been, I finished the book last year, and it came out this year, came out a couple weeks ago. I host a morning music show in LA,
Oh, good.
which is really fun.
You started on K-Rock, yes?
Yeah.
No, yes.
So I work at K-Rock's competitor, Alt 98.7 in LA, which is awesome.
Okay.
And I host a music show in the morning. It's not like blah, blah, blah. Like I'll play a lot of records. And then I work for Fox Business. I'm a correspondent for John Stossel. And I went to Austin yesterday and shot the 3D printed gun.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It was crazy.
How did it feel?
The actual handgun called a Liberator would not fire. And so I ended up shooting an AR-15 with a printed lower. So
The technical Kennedy.
it's the lower part of the gun.
Oh, okay.
So if you said to a gun nut, like, I used the printed lower, they'd be like, oh, I didn't know they could print a lower. And it's like, yeah, they
Okay.
can totally print a lower. And if you just say lower, because
Yes.
I kept waiting for another word to
Lower.
tack onto it, but lower is all you
Okay.
get. Yeah.
So when I'm looking for dudes in Texas, I'm going to start using the word lower.
Yeah, and then they'll be
And
like,
they'll-
and
yeah.
I kept saying, like, is this legal? And they're like, everything's legal in Texas. Oh, yeah, sister.
Yes, it is true. Where are you from?
Oregon. I was raised in
Oregon.
Oregon. I was born in Indiana, but
Okay.
blah, blah, blah.
But you've been in LA for a while.
Yeah, I've been in LA. I moved there right after high school,
Okay.
and then moved back in 2000. So I've been there since 2000.
How did you get the job of the VJ on MTV? How did that happen?
I was an intern at the radio station, and my boss, the program director, hired me to be a DJ.
Okay.
And then when he moved to New York to be the senior vice president of programming, he let me do an audition, and they signed off on it, and he hired me.
Awesome.
It was crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Has that changed a lot for you, or would you say a little bit?
Would it have changed?
Meaning like, would you still have gone in the same direction? What do you think that you'd be doing now if that did not happen?
I mean, it's funny because I've always loved radio, and I will always be in radio,
Yeah.
no matter what I do. So I think that would have been really consistent. I don't think I would have gotten on TV. I think it would have been a lot harder, and like a lot of things had to happen in that place and time.
Yeah.
And certainly like nowadays, women are
Yes.
different looking than, and it was really like a non-traditional womanliness they were going after.
Yeah.
So.
But was that overwhelming too, just being so young and being thrown into something like this, and here you are like interviewing like these huge 90s stars, 80s, 70s, like all these amazing people, some not amazing, but I mean like, how did you kind of just jump into it?
I think I had to jump into it because it was so competitive.
Yeah.
And self-preservation and fear. Like I looked around and saw the enormous personalities that would walk around MTV on any given day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to find a way to make a name for myself where I won't have a job. Because
Yeah.
I felt like if I'm lazy, I will come off as very ordinary. So I had to work extra hard
Yes.
and do something. And I had to like really dig in to find awesomeness.
Right,
and
right.
then sprinkle it around.
Well, you did well. Well,
I've been really fortunate to continue working. So I've always done
Yeah.
like talk radio, and I've done a lot of random TV stuff. I hosted a game show. I was on a
Ooh.
Discovery Channel Pitchmen show where people pitch products for infomercials, and that was
Okay.
actually really fun. And then and now doing Fox Business, that's really close. Like politics and music are the two things that I
great.
love most. So.
Yeah, that's your passion.
So I'm
I mean,
lucky to do both.
you were coined, quite honestly, the Republican Virgin VJ. Do you still hold on to, well, not the virginity?
No, I've had 2 children.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, she's no longer a virgin, guys. Sorry.
No.
I heard Michael Jordan try to break that.
He didn't know he tried to break
Situation.
it, but he could have easily broken the situation
What?
if fate had taken a different turn.
Were you attracted to him? Were you like, yeah, that might happen?
Oh, I was so attracted
Woo!
to him. Yeah, I mean, he was beautiful and sexy and sculpted and perfect and touchable.
Yeah.
Like I was going to feel his cheekbones like their boobies.
Yeah.
And I fortunately won a dice game with him, but if I had lost that dice game at Bowery Bar down the street,
Wow.
He said that the stakes were I would go back to his hotel room.
Holy
And how do you say no to
smokers.
Michael Jordan? I don't know if I would have been able to.
Oh my, that would have been an interesting way to kind of break the ice.
Yeah.
That, because could you
went over
imagine?
the goal line, yeah.
Like if that was your first, and then after that you're like, oh my God, sir, that's a tiny little Weedle, and he's like kind of well endowed, and you're like, nah, that's kind of small. Like
I
that'd be a
think-
hard thing to live up to
I
afterwards.
think I would have been in a vaginal splint for 18 months. I would have needed Tommy John surgery for my vagina.
your little vagina would have had like a little crutch.
Yeah.
You'd have been crutching around.
Not today, boys.
So what else? Do you have any questions for Kennedy? I know you do. He's a fan. Cutie pie pants over here.
I don't know, although I was just gonna, if you had any like juicy stories that you're not gonna talk about tonight to spoil your story.
I got so many juicy stories.
Yeah, read the book.
Oh, it's dripping in juice.
Read the book. So did you have a crush on Trent Reznor, or is this just one of those fun nights that you're like, oh, I'm just cupping his balls because it's right there?
Cupping his balls, cupping his balls. I'm surprised he didn't write that as a song because it's so catchy. No, we were actually friends. We met in LA before I came out to New York. And we would just we had a very platonic, very sweet brotherly, sisterly friendship until he got drunk and was an ass.
Oh, really? God.
But now he's sober, so it's like I don't
Yeah.
think he would bristle reading chapters about him.
Yeah.
Because
he
it
seems
could have been much
nice,
worse.
And I had the biggest crush on him. He's just hot.
I had a big crush on Richard Patrick, who was his guitarist at the time.
Okay.
Who then went on to start Filter.
Oh, did you ever have a makeout session with him?
Yes, that night in this
Awesome.
facility, I made
Again
out with
here?
Trent and Richard was such a good kisser. I was like, Trent, go do your own thing, buddy.
She turned down Trent.
Yeah, I was like, good to see you. I'll be over here kissing Richard.
Heartbroken.
I think Trent's fine.
Did you date a lot of musicians back in the day, or just kind of like
No,
just be
I
friends
mean,
with them, do your job, and
I
that
was
kind of
mostly
it?
friends.
Yeah.
I dated Dave Navarro for a little while.
Oh, what was that like? Did he wear more eyeliner than you?
Yeah, he definitely.
He still does, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got great skin though. He's taken very good care of himself. He introduced me to a lovely facialist.
I could see that.
So he taught me about the importance of skincare and maintaining
Okay.
overall skin health.
Wow.
Yeah.
He likes the colonics too.
Oh no, he didn't introduce me to that.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
okay, girl. No, one way. But I found him to be very funny. I felt that as a side of him.
Great.
Because he can be very self-serious when people see him, and I don't think they realize how truly funny he is.
That's interesting. I would have
what
never thought
adored
that about him.
Yeah.
That's great. So can you tell us a little about what we're going to talk about tonight? Is it about the book, or is it just going to be like...
I don't know.
I gotta read your book. Okay, how about this? I'll try to help you. I'm just kidding. Tell me something else about the book that you think that your readers will be like, fuck, really? Wow. A good way, a bad way, surprising way, or whatever. Just something that you'll be like, you wouldn't know this unless I told you.
There's something in every chapter. Like in the No Doubt chapter, I had interviewed Gwen for Spin.
What was she like?
She's
She
awesome.
nice?
Yeah. And I saw her last year at the iHeartRadio Music Festival, and I hadn't
so
seen her
pretty.
since the '90s.
Yeah.
And she was so nice and like the same person.
Great.
So like it was nice checking in with her for a little bit.
Yeah.
And she was so sweet and very real and cool,
Yeah.
which made me very happy. And I told her to stop dating Gavin
Why?
because I'd heard rumors, which turned out.
Oh, that he was bisexual?
No, that he was like a cad, and he probably already had a baby at that point. Like
That he was
had
what?
A cad, but
A cad? I'm so old.
you drop. No, I think that means you're young.
Oh, because you didn't like him because he was a little too young, and then he wouldn't. Why, I says. No, so you thought he was too young for her?
No,
Like he wouldn't commit?
I didn't think he was too young. I thought that he was a player.
Oh.
But maybe he
You
wasn't.
reeled it
for
in.
her, but you know what? She was right because they have babies and she
I
loves
know.
him.
I'm actually surprised sometimes when I think someone's just going to be a total shit ass and they're not, and then I'll prep someone preppy because they look like they'd be good and they're just they're fucking weird shit that they're into, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go for what I'm into.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's hot as
He
balls.
is so hot still.
He-
So I've seen him a couple
goddamn.
times. I've interviewed him for the radio station.
Yeah.
And he's just, you look at him and you're like, how?
Well, they're both gorgeous.
And I guess when you're loaded, like you can have people in the morning before you wake up, like, you know, take a scalpel to
Yeah.
the skin flakes and like nothing
Yeah.
ever sticks to your skin.
Yeah.
Whereas normal people, we pop out of bed and we look like
You look
my
like-
limping vagina.
Give her a crutch on a vagina on a crutch. So okay, so you didn't have a threesome. There's no crazy story there.
No, I mean the only threesome was with Richard and Trent here in the bar.
But a
We were
making out one.
Making out threesome, yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, Kennedy, I know you're sweet pea. I know you didn't actually have not that y'all out there that had threesomes aren't sweet peas, but you know, I don't know. She looks kind of sweet and innocent. So, and she's got 2 kids. 2 kids. So I have to say, I'm going to read the book. I like the fact that you're very open about what you let out, some crazy stories. Of course, they're going to be crazy because it's the movie industry, but I like that you didn't hold back.
You
seem
can't
very
really with
secure
when
in
you
who you
write
are.
a memoir, you
You
gotta
can't.
put it out there.
Or else, why are they going to read it?
What's the
They're like,
point?
oh, she woke up, put on makeup. So how old are your kids?
4 and 8.
Did you have them with a hottie like Gavin?
Yeah, my husband's super cute. We
Good.
met when we were 22.
Are you kidding me? Have you been together since you've been 22?
Yeah.
Wow. Is he a musician?
No, he was a pro snowboarder for 10 years, and
Oh,
now
that's hot.
he owns a snowboard company. He has a factory in Huntington Beach and makes snowboards.
Oh my God, that's hot.
So he's really good with his hands.
Oh my God. Would you ever consider moving to this shithole we call New York City?
I spend a lot of time here for Stossel, so I'm here almost every week.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh wow. Because of the book tour or just because of what you said?
Mostly it's for Fox Business. So I'll come in
Oh,
for like
Fox.
2 days
Okay.
and then go home.
But see, that's perfect. That's all you need.
Yeah.
It's kind of crappy around here.
I love it.
I want to go to California, but this is not about
You
me.
know what? Everyone bags on LA. It's kind of awesome.
Okay. In closing, what would you say, a song from the 90s that just really kind of compels you to just kind of think about your youth and childhood and just like something that really just fucking makes you so excited?
You just played it. Boys and Girls. Blur. Park Life is one of my favorite records ever.
Good answer.
So, I mean, that's like, I hear that and I would scream at people to play that video all the time.
Oh, that's
'Cause
awesome.
I loved it. Like, whenever I hear that song, it takes me immediately. It's like what Pump Up the Jam did for me at the end of high school.
Right.
Like, I could hear Pump Up the Jam and get
Yes.
so excited.
And still get happy.
But now, Boys and Girls, yeah.
Yes. Okay, not to keep going back to your kids, but what are your kids like? What kind of music? Do they like Miley? No, not Miley Cyrus. Did you appreciate her twerking in front of your kids?
For me, the VMA is not family programming, so I don't know. Like, there's always been salacious moments at the VMAs, so why would anyone be surprised? And
That's
why are you
how I
sitting there
feel.
with young children watching it? Like, that's how it's for. And
Right.
what I was surprised about was her total lack of artistry. Like, when she first started dancing, I was like, oh, maybe she can do what Gwen Stefani does on stage and, like, dance in, like, 6-inch stilettos.
That was good.
You know
Yeah.
that thing?
Oh yeah.
But she wasn't, it was so
She was stiff.
uncreative
Right.
And so, and it's a sad time because like Gaga is so talented and such a great songwriter,
Yeah.
and such a wonderful performer. And it's like, baby, we've seen your ass, we've
Yeah.
seen your boobs, we've
Yeah.
seen the meat dress,
Yes.
we've seen you emerge from the egg womb. Like we've seen all of it.
Yeah.
You don't have to try and shock us.
Right.
'Cause
Exactly.
At some point, we're gonna get emotionally warmed to the nub.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, and with Miley, it's like, really? Like your
I don't know.
contemporaries
Yeah.
are like Adele and Ellie Goulding and
Yep.
Taylor Swift,
Exactly.
who, you know, even if they don't write all of their own stuff, they collaborate.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't have to be, you know, a dumpy singer-songwriter, but
Right,
put
right,
some
right.
artistry into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the most depressing part was how talentless she seemed. Like she just didn't have anything unique to bring.
And the
it was like,
tongue,
let me
like-
just show you this, and the tongue. I know.
I thought she was having a stroke.
And the bear, she just kept putting her tongue out like every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to trademark that? Like, she's gonna regret this, Kennedy. She's
Yeah.
gonna regret it.
Is that what happens with Molly? Is that one of the side effects?
That's what happens when she forms into an adult. Well, there you have it, kids. Kennedy. We'll see her later on tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can you actually do what you